Okay, hello, lovely people. Welcome to our team call this evening. I'm so excited to see so many faces. If you can, turn on your screen so we can see each other. I know we've got some people that weren't able to make it tonight, and I couldn't live stream. The button wasn't working tonight, so I don't know if Facebook is messing with something again with third-party streaming, so I will address that at another time. But tonight we are going to be talking about Sippin' Socials, and I think it's a perfect time because we are kicking off September. Okay, September. I don't know if you guys can just feel this energy, this spirit in the air. I feel like August, everything kind of shifted. People were getting back into routine. September's like, all right, let's go. It's a few months before the holidays. People are ready to get healthy before the holidays because we know what happens in the holidays, or they're ready to help with some finances. We've got holidays and holiday parties and presents and all of the things popping up. So I am so excited for this energy that September is stepping in. Well, if you've been on the team a little while, you know that back in February, we kind of launched heavy into Sippin' Socials. In fact, many of you I have met or done Sippin' Socials with you. And then in, what was that, February, March, April, and May, we hit the road. I was flying, I was driving, we were going boom, 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 boom. And what ended up happening at the end of May was a surge in everybody's business. Yes, we launched Burn X, but there is a rule in network marketing called the 90-day rule. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of this. The 90-day rule is when you do something over 90 days or you don't do something over 90 days, it shows up in your business around that 90th day. Okay, so if you're looking to drive sales or boost your volume, if you think you're going to do it for a week or two or even 30 days and see this magic, boom in your business, that doesn't always translate. It usually takes 90 days. If you step away from your business over 90-day period, you might think, oh, I'm just going to cruise. I'm cruising. And then the 90th day hits and you kind of tank. That's the rule of the 90-day rule. Whatever you do or don't do shows up in your business. So back in February, March, April, and then a little bit into May, we were doing Sippin' Socials, Sippin' Socials, Sippin' Socials, right? These are belly to belly events where you get to feel that community, meet people, have people complimentary taste testing products, learning about it with a really strong order rate. We're going to talk about that. What ended up happening was May was our biggest month. It was explosive. I think every single person on our team in the month of May ranked up. I'm not elaborating or exaggerating on that fact. It was a massive month. And then we spent the 90 days over the summer, June, July, and August, kind of anchoring that. Some of you may have read my recent post. What does anchoring that growth mean? That means you're duplicating it down, you're teaching, you're solidifying the growth that you had, you're adding layered leadership, you're really building up those skill sets, and you're bringing emerging leaders in. Well, guess what? September 1 rings in for me. It's a new start of 90 days run, and I know that it's a perfect time because I've heard from so many of you guys that you're ready to dive in. Well, you may have seen the past, gosh, it feels like it's been 2 weeks, but I feel like it was just the other day that Amy Spence and I flew up to Michigan. We did not realize how close to Canada we were. We literally could see Canada from across the way. We wish we would have brought our passports, but we were in Detroit area and we did a Sippin' Social. Okay, at that event, we launched a new person's business and we did over 3,000 in volume that first night. In one night, 3,000 in volume. Okay, that was tremendous for her, but it's not just about what happens at the event. It's what happens to the next event, right? It's what happens pumping from the first event to the next event. So you're bringing people in, you're getting them excited, but if you can come back to another event, that means that it duplicates. People are excited and they want to jump into the next one. Events not only are great for that moment in time, but also what it can stir up in the future. Okay, so I know Amy Spence is on the call. I want in just a minute to invite her to share her takeaways. on her experience of this. She's been in network marketing for over, 10 or 11 years. She's done her fair share of sip and socials, but even she told me that she's never been to a sip and social like what she experienced. It was totally different. We have a worksheet that is our golden ticket. It's something that I created for our team, and it outlines not only do we have a packet that outlines exactly how to host one, and we're going to go over that, but we have a worksheet that really works well. So Amy, are you comfortable if I toss it over to you and you share a couple of your takeaways on what you thought about the Sip and Social?
Yes. Hello, everybody. Okay, so first of all, turn on your cameras, you guys. Even if you're folding laundry, I mean, unless you're like making out with your husband or just getting out of the shower, turn your cameras on. It does not matter if your kids are in the background. Honestly, I hate talking to black boxes. Like, I hate it. So I can only imagine how Tara feels. And I know that, if you're driving, I get it. Some of you are at baseball games. I don't care if I see your nose hairs. Like, I don't care. Turn your cameras on and let's all decide right now that we're going to make September huge. I'm talking huge in our team. And the first thing we got to do is we got to get these numbers on our Tuesday night calls. Okay. The last thing, we have a huge team and we need to up these numbers. We need to get as many people as we can on. So let's, I don't know if you want to meet that. So let's all make a promise today that every Tuesday, when we like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes before this call, let's message. And I'm not saying Facebook group message. I'm saying let's text 2 or 3 people, either in our downlines or sidelines. And let's say, hey, just a reminder, the call is starting in 5 minutes. The call is starting in 10 minutes. Let's hop on, because I know when those who go or those who show up will go up. Like, I did not miss one call my first 2 years in my first company. And I know that's why I went to the top in 13 months. Okay. Because you've learned so much. Tara does an exceptional job of keeping it at 30 minutes. You guys, y'all would have hate for me to lead the calls every week because I always am like 45 minutes to an hour. I will say this. I built in person for the most part in the beginning of my first company. And then slowly, probably after about 18 months, I'd already reached the top rank, and people were turning really, on social media. People were getting out of the belly to belly in-person events, and they were going to building on social media. And so I think I kind of did a freak out thing, even though I knew in person worked, and I switched to social media. And so I started the industry the beginning of 2014. And so that was February 2014. March, I went to the top rank, and probably about April or May, that's when I started really just focusing on social media. And I did that for a lot of years. Okay. I still traveled. I still did wedding vendor events. I'm upset. I really believe those shows and vendor events and the holiday parties and all that will grow your business. But these in-person parties is kind of what I stepped out of. I will tell you that it was so much fun in Michigan. I do believe that one of the biggest things about it is that people love our products. Our products, I mean, there were 30 plus people. People were calling their other friends. Like Tara had to do 2 presentations in one night, because when she got done with the first group of people, we had another group of people come, like not just 2, like we had like 6 or 8 more people come, and she had to go through all the products. People were picking up the bags. And I also think we live in another time where 10 years ago, 9 years ago, maybe there were some people, but people weren't paying attention to ingredients and products. People weren't paying attention to what they were really putting in their bodies. Maybe they were, and maybe I just wasn't old like I am now, and maybe I'm the one that's paying more attention to it. I don't know. But I do feel like Macy Spence right now is my niece. She is young, a lot younger than me, and she really, really researches ingredients. I was not researching ingredients at 24 years old, however old she is. Did you just turn 24 or 25? I was not researching stuff at that age. I just wasn't. But she has been for the last 5 years that I've known her. Okay. So that is, I think, a little bit different. So our ingredients are awesome. We signed up brand partners on the spot. because of our ingredients. There was a nurse there that signed up who worked for a bunch of naturopathic doctors, holistic doctors. There were people there who had been with other network marketing companies who were like, oh my goodness. Brittany, whose house that we hosted there, or the event, she walked away with over 3,000 in volume. Plus, I mean, it was over by the time the next day enrollments came through. It was well over 3,000. Plus, she had enrolled 2 brand partners. So Tara and I are going 3 brand partners. Tara and I are going back up there this month to relaunch her new brand partners and to have another one in the area. And that is where I really think the area is just going to continue to multiply. So what's different to me is there's a lot of things that we can sip and sample in this company, a lot of things. Knowing your audience. So I loved how Tara wanted to know, this is something I personally makes a lot of sense, but I'm a blue and all I think about is the party. So I know that if I didn't have Tara there with me, probably nobody would have ordered because I would have just been drinking wine and hanging out with everybody. I mean, honestly. And so she kept me on track. So know what your strengths are. And if you need to bring somebody in, I know that I'm already planning on driving to a couple of my brand partners this month, flying to a couple more to do the same thing. I know Tara's willing to. I know there's other leaders in this on this team who are willing to, but know your strengths. I know now that if I do one alone, like I'm going to really have to be aware of my tendency to talk to people, even if there's not alcohol there. I like to talk. I like to get to know people. I'm a relationship person. So I spend a lot of time with someone because I want to know their whole entire life, which I did know about 3 to 4 people's whole entire lives by the time that party ended. But when there's 30 people, I would have lost out on all those orders. So you have to know, A, how many people are coming, B, your audience. If you're not going to have help, know your strengths. Keep a strict, like not strict, but keep like kind of organization. Follow her sheet. Her sheet is gold. It is really awesome. I have had a sheet before doing this, and that one is on point. So I truly think this is how, and I'm just going to tell you guys from all my years of experience that typically this time of the year is a very slow for the industry. I don't think it's going to be slow for us because of our momentum and our timing and all the things, and Bravenly is just on a run right now. So I don't think we're going to have slow, but if you guys would take advantage, like Tara said, of the next 90 days, your busy season is going to explode. And I see it. I know it. I know what happens when Christmas is over. I know what happens in January, February, and March in this industry. So if you take the next 90 days, and it doesn't have to be 30 people, you guys, get together with a couple of your girlfriends, get together with a couple of your friends, ask if you can, like you said, call the dentist office and ask if you can do something for their hygienist, like come up with ideas. And if we're in driving distance, if anyone's in Missouri, I'll drive to you. I'm doing one in Kansas City this month with Macy. If you guys are near Kansas City, come over and you can look and see how we do it. So we're also going to do one in St. Louis. So really, Tara, that's it. They're fun. It's exciting. I also think that Brittany's not on here, but she walked away. She met me on social media. So that's kind of crazy, right? Like I flew to Michigan. I was in her house. I mean, I could have been a psychopath for all she knew, but I think she was a little nervous at first, but then she was like, oh my gosh, I feel like you're my best friend, you and Tara. And now you guys, I will say this, she's not on here, but I would say it in front of her. That girl's not quitting on me. That girl will never quit on me. And it's because I made the relationship. I flew to Michigan. I'm not saying go fly. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying, if you can drive to someone to help them launch, whether it's 2 people in a room or 25 or 45, it's worth it. Because when people buy into who you are, then they're never going to go anywhere. And so that is kind of what I took from it.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I want to give some I'm reading your message, Brittany. I'll come right back to it. But like Amy said, it doesn't have to be 30 people in a room. In fact, a sip and social that comes to my mind happened, I believe it was back in March, and we had, one sec, guys. We had, I think it was two guests, and about 6 existing brand partners. Okay, so we had a team and we were trying to bring all these guests, and only 2 guests showed up. Do you know what that party generated? That party generated nearly 1,800 in volume, because these brand partners were trying different things that they didn't previously order. They got to sample new things. And then they were like, oh my gosh, my husband would really like this. My daughter would really like this. Oh, and then those guests, what ended up happening with those guests? They absolutely ended up joining. At these sip and socials that we have a near 100%, I wouldn't say 100% slam dunk, but we have a near 100% order rate, whether that be customer or brand partner. And I remember Brittany, who was the person we flew out to in Michigan, she told Amy and I before we came, oh, nobody wants to be a brand partner. Don't expect it. I don't think anybody's going to join as a brand partner. And I just kind of giggled because I know how these things work. Before, as we were talking, and had we not done a sip and social, maybe those people wouldn't have gone brand partner. Okay, I'm being honest. But when you're in that room and they see the fun and they hear and see that real people are doing this, real people are a team, real people are making money, that these products actually work, that all this whole room was interested, their lights go off and go, all these people are interested. What if people I know got interested? And you get brand partners easier at these events. Okay. Now I know I'm preaching to the choir to about half of this call, because I know about half of you have done sip and socials. I encourage you, do another one, do another one, do another one, do another one, do another one. They are worth your time. Now I'm going to quickly screen share something really fast. I have updated our sip and social packet. Give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen share. Can you see that? Okay, so you can. Why can't I? Ah, there it is. It was hidden. Okay, so this right here is the worksheet, the golden ticket. Okay, you pass it out, but here's the thing. If you host it, you have to make sure that you print out one of these for everybody that's going to be there. If you think 30 people are going to be there, print out 35. If you think 5 people are going to be there, print out 10. You're going to bring this, but here's the other thing you absolutely have to hand out with the worksheet. A pen. You have to hand out a pen with it. You're going to hand the worksheet, you're going to hand them a pen and make it nonchalant. Hey, I know you heard a lot of information tonight. You might have a couple of products that you were interested in. At the bottom right, write down some of those products that you liked. They probably come in a bundle that can save you money. And at that time, they're writing things down and they've got a pen in their hand. They're going to start filling it out because that's what people do. Humans are humans. They're going to fill it out if it's in front of them. And then you do these little mini huddles. And like Amy said, you've got to know your strengths. There were several times where I could see off in the corner of my eyesight, Amy over here is like becoming best of best friends with somebody over in the corner. And I'm like, hey, come back over here, right? So you've got to be able to have somebody that's reading the whole room, but then you also should have somebody that's able to have those conversations. Now, don't stress if it's only you going to be there. That's okay. Why these work so well is they are not stuffy. They are not perfect. They are people coming together, being people, sharing what they love. It's not some fancy presentation. We don't even show videos anymore. We did that before. We're just getting up there talking about the products, hearing third-party validation. Maybe somebody chimes in and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, I love gold. Or so-and-so has been having knee problems and then she started drinking gold and it doesn't hurt her as much anymore. It's that that dialogue, that conversation of talking about it and then sharing some business health testimonies. But that is the first page. What I loved that Amy did for this particular one was she printed the first and the second sheet back to back. So everybody had the worksheet on the front side and the enrollment options on the back side. I loved that little added that she did because then we walked through and we got to pick the packs right then and there. In our little packet here is a host checklist. Quite literally, it will give you a list of everything you need to have to host this. As you can see, it's pretty simple, okay? And then what do you do? How do you set it up? A few days before, what do you do? 1 hour before, what do you do? What's this sample menu? What do I make? How do I set this up? Here's some pictures of some setups, right? It can be super simple. Then the next outline is the actual event itself. It's in a couple of steps. You welcome them, and everybody's sampling the stuff. Everybody's coming around the island sampling. Next is product overview, then business overview, and there's some key wording in here that you guys can read that helps. Business story, a call to action, pick your faves, handout, and then a close. Now, here's what happens at the close. One of my biggest tips for you guys, I'm going to stop the share there. This is going to be in files on our team page, guys. I've updated it a little bit. Some of you may notice some changes in there. But here's the thing. Once everybody's starting to kind of write their stuff, open a computer in front of people. Let them see that you have opened a computer in front of people. And if you have a bestie that's going to be there and you know they're going to order, okay, if you know ahead of time they're going to order, encourage your friend to be a little public about them ordering in front of other people. Because if one person orders in front of everybody, a line will form. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been at a sip and social where lines are formed to order. Okay, if you are on this and you've been at a sip and social, I should see a 1 in there, because at every single one of these, I've seen lines ready to order. This works. So like Amy said, there's Brooke, 1. I know you've seen one. Hardin, I know you've seen one, right? These absolutely, Aaron Nava, I know Amy Grimmett's on here. These absolutely work. So what's happening in September and October? You might have seen in our chat that I've been polling some locations of where we're launching new or where we're visiting again. And I'm going to be flying to these locations. Amy Spence is also going to be flying to, I believe, almost all of them as well. Now, here's the deal. If our team is hosting it, you are welcome. Okay, you are welcome. You're also welcome to invite your potentials in that area. We will take care of them. We are a team. They will go back to you. We are not snatching your friends, okay? We are supporting the team. So this month, I believe we are going to St. Louis. We're going to Kansas City. We're going to Durango, Colorado. We're doing Florida. We're doing Michigan. We're doing Minnesota. Okay, we're doing all of these. We are lining them up. In October, we're going to be doing Georgia. We're going to be doing Alabama. We're going to be doing Arizona. Guys, I mean, I'm just going to be a jet setter. I'm going to be exhausted, but I'm just going to be a jet setter. I don't know where. I have 5 kids. They're just going to be feral by the end of this, okay? They're going to be feral wild children hanging out with the chickens and the horses. I love my husband. He's amazing. But that's what we're doing, okay? We are going to build this thing. Here's the deal. I'm building it. I'm building it. Amy Spence is building it. I know some of you others, you're building it. We're going to do it with or without you. But holy moly, would it be more fun to do it with you, right? We want to invite you guys to do this. Now, if we aren't coming to a location near you, guess what? I know that you are next to people or people on this team. Team up and do one. That's why this packet is there. It is duplicatable. These are duplicatable. Okay, you guys? So put a me in the chat if you are wanting to host a sip and social in the next 60 days. Put a me. I want to see them. Put a me if you're planning on it. Put a me if you're going to take the self-initiative and just go do it. I see all these me's. This is the thing. This is how we're going to grow, you guys. And like Amy Spence said, it creates loyalty from the bottom up into the team, and it creates the glue for leaders down into the team, because I get to know my team. You guys get to know your team members. So it creates that glue, but then it creates loyalty back. This is the team. This is the community. This is the beauty of Sip and Socials. All right, look at all those me's. Oh my gosh, I need to make more money to afford all these flights of where I'm going. I need more hours in the day. I love this. I love this. Well, we're going to start a chat inside of Brave Collective, and we're going to see and make all of these happen in the next 60 days. Like, we're going to make it happen. And if I physically can't be there, I know that you guys can team up and make this happen. Agreed? Agreed? We're going to go take this by storm. September is going to be our biggest month ever. I'm feeling it. I don't know about you, but I am feeling it. Okay. All right. Last little thing. Before I move on, for the last 15 minutes, we are making this a 45-minute call tonight because we're going to do some work together to boost some volume. But any other questions around Sippin' Socials? Any other takeaways? Some of you that's been on this call or that's on this call have done them. What are your favorite things about them? Anything you want to share about Sippin' Socials? It is open for questions or takeaways. Don't be shy. Don't you do it.
Here, I won't be shy.
I know you won't.
Those are so much fun. And for people that live, and I don't know where everybody lives or anything like that, but when you live like remotely, like in very small communities and stuff like that, even though you think that you have nobody that will come and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. Just like Tara was saying, like if you have 2 or 3, we hosted one and it was kind of a last minute one, and it was so much fun just to talk and chat. I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere and I have a neighbor within like a mile of me. So it's great to just be able to connect with people and just to bring community in. And I absolutely love that. Just to, find out about people, find out what they're, just what makes them tick and stuff like that. So just having that community, I think we've kind of lost that in our world. And so I think this is like really good to just bring people in and for people to build that trust back into people and build that community. So I absolutely love it. I know several of our girls have been wanting to do those. It's just, sometimes finding the time as busy as you are and as to making it work. But I know there's several on my team that have been wanting to do it. And so I just need to, figure it out and show up, and regardless if it's 2 or 20, it's going to be great. So but just like y'all said, it doesn't matter how many are in the room because you just never know. I know one little thing, and I'll let you go back to, I know what you're doing, but I remember when we were sitting in the living room with Aspen in East Texas, and she was talking about her story. And if y'all haven't heard her story about her and Ashley Walmer, she did not know her, and it was through a mutual person that she knew together. Hold on, some of my kids like going wild in here. That she knew a mutual person who knew Ashley, and that's how they met, and they went far in their company that they built before. So you just never know who might show up in your room. So regardless if you have 1 or 2 people, you just never know what that person will do. So don't count those little small things out, and don't think that whenever you are in those socials, if they are, small in volume of people, you never know who might be in that door that might take you and your business far. So just, sorry, my kid again. Emma, I'm on the phone. Sorry. So just keep that in mind whenever you're doing those. Don't count anybody out.
Gosh, that's such truth. It is such truth. So I have a rule with Sippin' Socials that if you get to the point like 24 to 48 hours ahead of them and people start canceling, because guess what? They will. Okay, that will happen. So prepare yourself for that. My number 1 rule is you don't cancel it. I don't care if nobody shows up. You keep your door open. If one person shows up, you spoil them rotten. If the one person that shows up is a brand partner, you bond, you train, you commune. If it's a guest, you never know who it's going to be. And just like Ashley said, it was Aspen who they held this same, I'm going to expand a little bit on this story, Ashley. They had this recurring meeting where the same 6 people every single month were showing up, month after month after month after month. And they almost canceled this one event. They were like, it's for the same 6 people. And they were already representatives of the company. But they were like, we'll just do this one more. And Aspen drove, I think it was like 8 or 9 hours to attend this meeting at a hotel lobby. She showed up and went the fastest in the company. Let me tell you something else. Who in here has heard of the sisters here at Bravenly? That would be Brittany Harper, Adrienne Watley, Laura Banger, Becca Braley. Those 4 found Bravenly through samples. They found Bravenly through basically a sip and social. You never know. And they're top, for those who don't know who they are, they're very top ranked at our company. They found Bravenly through sip and socials. You never know who it's going to be. So don't kick yourself if people cancel. It's going to happen. It's not a one and done thing. So don't be like, oh my gosh, if it doesn't pan out this one time, oh, my eggs in my basket are all crushed. No, this is a recurring thing, right? If you do them, it reminds me of the Kevin Costner film, and I'm probably going to date myself here, but if you build it, they will come, right? Who knows the movie that I'm talking about? Field of Dreams. Okay, such a good movie, by the way, but Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you host them, they will eventually come, okay? So make them recurring. They work. Okay, awesome.
Hey, Tara, I
Yes.
have a we may not get to the customer thing. I think this is really important to share, especially if you guys, since we're this streaming in the team page.
I couldn't get it to do it. I've got it recorded. I'll post it.
Oh gosh darn it. Okay, then never mind. I don't know if I'll do this for you guys on here, but you need to let your people in your downline know. So we are turning our group that we created last week into a permanent page. Okay. So a little bit about how this system works. And I will tell you, it works. If you use it appropriately, it works. This is how I, had my biggest run in my previous company and some of my biggest checks. So after my first 2 years, so I will tell you right now that this is going to be strictly an opportunity group. That does not mean that on Wednesday nights when we have these events that we're not going to touch on the products. In fact, tomorrow's lineup, we have Miss Ashley. She's going to talk about 3 to 4 products. But we are really going to focus on the compensation plan, why Bravenly. You're going to hear stories from different people. It's not going to just be Rachel, Tara, and I every single time. We have 2 new people coming in with Ashley. We're going to get people who have up and coming, like we profiled Macy. And I'm going to say, I feel like Macy's my family, so I can kind of talk about this in front of y'all just because she's my family. But Macy was so nervous, you guys. She's never done this before. She went live, she got off, and she thought she did horrible. And I told her that I cannot wait for her to go back in 6 months and watch that, and then go watch her most recent one, okay? Because she will grow leaps and bounds. So we want you to mess up. We're going to have you guys, the people in your downlines. If you have people that you've enrolled who are just killing it is your job as the enroller to let one of us know. I don't have enough time in the day to know everybody in Tara's downline. Tara can barely keep her head above water with everything she has going on. She does not know every single person in her downline. So it's up to you. If you have someone who, who started 3 weeks ago and is already Impact Achiever, y'all, they need recognition, and they need recognition in a big way. That is also how you get people to stay. You make them feel empowered. You make them feel wanted. You make them feel needed. That's just human basic psychology. So in this group, we will have 3 to 4 people every single, maybe 5, and there will be a mixture of, on Wednesday nights starting at 8 o'clock, we will have them numbered. We will no longer be deleting them. The other, it's just going to be a group, okay? So, you may go back and, let's see, Ashley may go live, and you may absolutely love how Ashley talks about the Ignite and the gold. You've never heard anyone talk about that, and you know that Ashley's background, say Ashley's a teacher. I know she's not. Well, are you a teacher, Ashley? Maybe not.
She's a counselor.
Okay, yeah, she's a counselor. So say she taught 6th grade math, and you're talking to a potential that teaches 6th grade math. You can go tag them in the video of Ashley, okay? You can go find it. So those are things that we can utilize. The other thing is that we are going to implement, hopefully starting this month, but we never want to overpromise and underdeliver. We are going to have a weekend like set up where we have like on a Friday night and Saturday morning, we have back-to-back people just basically telling their Wired Ravenly stories. And that's going to be really cool because we'll try to highlight people from all different fields. So if you have someone who goes in this group, this is for people who want to make extra income. Maybe they're former customers already in the Sip and Share. It does not mean that the Sip and Share is going away, but there are people that we talk to that just want to be customers. They just want to know about the products. They never want to build. So you would not put them in this page, okay? You put them in the Sip and Share. The VIP lounge is strictly for people who you have talked to about the opportunity. Go back to those people who haven't signed up yet. You should all have a list of people. I know that I have a notebook full of names and they don't get highlighted until they join as a brand partner or a customer. So hopefully if you guys don't have that system in place, you put that in place this month. Otherwise, people are going to sign up. Andrea is a former Beachbody coach, and she hasn't been in the industry for a really, really long time. But she said that she's like, probably about a week or two ago, I got a text and she said, okay, game on. I just found out somebody from Beachbody just signed up for Bravenly. And it's almost like that was a gut check to her, like, they're going to sign up whether you talk to them or not. So why don't you go plant the seed first, right? This company is in momentum. It's just a matter of time before we become a household name. Go get the people, go plant the seeds. So everybody wants to know how to use this page. You don't just use it on Wednesday. If you're talking to someone on Saturday, you're adding them to this page, but you're not waiting until Wednesday to tag them anything, you guys. So I uploaded I've had a lot of messages from people in Bravenly asking me how I've enrolled so many brand partners. You guys, I just really keep it simple. And I just tell people, have you heard of Bravenly? And when they say no, I say, okay, do you mind if I send you a webinar that it's really short? It's with my enroller, Tara. Even though Tara didn't enroll me, but still I call her my enroller. My enroller, Tara, she kind of did. My enroller, Tara, and then also the CEO and owner, Aspen. You can skim through it. That is all I do. They say yes. I put their name on a list. I follow up with them in 12 to 14 hours. I don't wait 2 days. I follow up with them that night. If they say they haven't had time, I say, great, I'll check with you in the morning. I check with them in the morning. If they say I haven't had time, oh, no problem. I know mom life is hard, busy. I will check back with you on your lunch break. I check back at lunch. They eventually will get tired of me asking them. They watch the recording. And guess what? The recording is so good. That's how people come back and say yes. Then I have not had one single brand partner enroll with anything but the $299 kit or more. And this is how. I don't tell them the $49 option exists. Okay? I just don't. And if they ask about it, I tell them they have to at least purchase 3 products. I want buy-in. I want people to want to be here. And they want to be here when they order the packs. So what you're going to do is, did you make me the host, Tara, real quick? So this group looks kind of lonely. So if you are interested in being someone that is okay with going live or even making a meet Ashley, I am a blah, 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 and you put a really cute picture with your family. If you guys are interested in making some of those posts so we can kind of beef up this page, will you please reach out to me personally? I am putting together a schedule for the month of September. We don't need 5 people going live on like a Tuesday and then no one doing anything until the next Wednesday. Does that make sense? So if you're interested in either a live or a post, I won't make you go live if you don't want to go live. If you want to go live, that's great. But I've been in pages before, and when I had this page, literally somebody would walk their dog and go live and like just be like, yeah, hi, I'm Amy. I'm a mama too, former high school counselor, blah, 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 blah. This is why I joined Bravenly. This is what I love. So if you're interested in that, please message me on Facebook or text me if you have my number. If you want my number, I can put it in the chat. This is what you're going to do though, whenever you talk to someone who is slightly interested. Here's the other thing that I have always done in 11 years. This is probably nothing that you've never done, guys, but I'm just going to tell you anyways. Anybody that wants to be a VIP customer, I always, before I get them to become a customer, guess what I say? I say, hey, This company is in huge momentum. I would hate to not ask you this because somebody asking me this changed my life, literally changed my life. Would you want to be a brand partner and try the products? Well, what is a brand partner? Oh, it just means it's basically the same thing as a VIP customer, but you get to make income. Well, yeah, why would I want to do that? That's how I enroll so many brand partners. That's how you duplicate your organization. Customers are wonderful. We have to have customers, y'all, and you will have customers. But brand partners is where you get to ranks quicker. I mean, it's just part of it. That's the truth. And Tara, I think, will back me up. But my team right now is solely enrolling VIP customers. And when I went and looked at about 10 of their pages, their social media today, guess what all they're posting about? The products. They're not posting about the awesomeness of a brand partner. So you're going to enroll what you talk about the most, okay? So this is what I want you guys to start doing. When you talk to someone who is slightly interested in making income, and you should be talking about the income to every single person, not I mean, every person, because if you're signing a customer up, you should be talking about the income, because the income is what is life-changing, right? Yeah, the products are life-changing, but really, truly, this is where we're going to have massive growth, and this team is going to be the top team in BraveLink. That's our goal, right? To get Tara to the very tippity top. I don't even know what the rank is called, but that is our goal, so we can be that team, because guess what? When Tara's up there, guess who else is up there? All of us. So here's what I want you to do. Until we can figure out another featured one, whatever, your message is going to look like this. I'm working on the messages right now, you guys, and I'm going to put them in the boards, our boards app. But when you're talking, it's going to be such an easy flow. Like, oh, by the way, while we're talking, I know we've talked about income. I'm going to add you to our VIP lounge. This is just a group where you can learn more about people who are brand partners for the company, and you can hear their stories, see what the company's done for them. Here's the link. Let me know when you join. No one's not going to do it. When you're in mid-conversation with someone, they're going to join the group. Even if they decide just to become a customer, you should be asking people about income, right? So then what you're going to do is, you're not waiting till Wednesday. You're going to tag them in a video. So you're going to say, there's going to be a message, and it's going to say, oh, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and make sure you get added to the group, accepted. And then I'm going to tag you in a webinar. Go ahead and check that out. It's just a recording of Aspen, our owner and CEO, and Tara, who's a great mentor or a great friend of mine, whatever you want to call her, okay? And then you tag them. So you literally would do Tara. And then what I would do is at Tara, watch this. And then I write Tara's name down, and I follow up with Tara multiple times. So that is what, if you want to commit to September, challenging yourself to enroll more brand partners, if you use this page, I promise you, you will grow your team, and you will probably double your team this month. People ask me, well, what is a good goal to add to the VIP lounge every day? You guys want to push yourself? I would try to add 5 people a day. If you're like, Amy, I don't have time, like, that's a lot. I mean, then let's do a reasonable number. Shoot for 3. Don't shoot for 1 a day, because then you'll get 0, okay? But this is how. So think about this, guys. If you add 5 people a day, if someone can do the math, I should know what's 5 times 30. That's 150. You'll have 150 new people on that page who are going to be seeing all these awesome stories. And it's your responsibility to tag them in some of the videos that you know that they're going to relate with. So that is 100% what we're going to do this month. I think it's going to be great, you guys. The sip and share is still very much there, because there are people who want to be in both, and there are people who don't want anything to do with the income at all, right? And so your customers are going to the sip and share, the people who are just want to know more about the products. And if someone who hasn't ordered yet you have had people tell you this, I definitely don't want to be a brand partner, Amy. I don't want to build anything. I don't want any extra income. I just want to be a customer. Then they go in the sip and share. So that is, Tara, did I leave anything out? Yes, do not blindly invite.
Yeah, be sure to invite them. So we have in our boards some messages to invite to the sip and share. Basically, it's going to be very similar. We're going to get some sample messages, but this is where you're inside of those conversations already, right? Drop a 1 in the comment if you're using 553 or if you know what that is. If you're on the team, you should know what 553. If you're new, you're learning about it in the launch workbook. But the 553 inside of those conversations you're already having, that's where you're going to invite, or you can send out those messages. But I couldn't agree more. This page is going to be absolutely tremendous. I love what Macy just said, because we're going on a 90-day run, right? Raise your hand if you're going on a 90-day run with me.
Tara, I don't think the video that I use, it's not even really mentioning me. It's okay. Really you and Aspen just going through, like you can see my face because we didn't pin it, and we can redo it, guys. But it really is just, it's not the first one you ever did.
Okay. I couldn't remember which one it was.
No.
So yeah, that's great for the whole thing then. Because it's me and Aspen doing the Why Bravenly. So guys, if you've watched the Why Bravenly recording that's pinned at the top of Sip and Share, for those that just kind of want to learn a little bit about Bravenly's company as a whole, it's basically the same thing, but it's me and Aspen doing it together for a small group. So definitely the one that's on there is perfect. But guys, I love what Macy said here. We're going on a 90-day run, right? Imagine if you invited 3 people a day for 90 days. That's close to 500 potentials. 500 potentials, guys, for business partners. That's tremendous. Tremendous. Do you know, and this is where my numbers thing comes into mind, and I know Amy Spence, it drives her nuts, I think, but I'm going to share it because maybe it resonates with somebody. Guys, for you to hit the tippy top of this company, which is platinum, okay? And maybe that's a goal of yours, maybe it's not, but I'm putting some framework here. Platinum is roughly 5,000 orders, okay? It's 1 million in volume, okay? 1 million in volume, 5,000 orders. If you have 500 potentials, let's just say in an idyllic world, all 500 said yes, and then they got 10 customers, you're at the top of the company, guys. Like, that's the power of numbers. Do you guys see the power in these 90-day runs? Okay. I love it. I love that you highlighted. Go ahead.
So sorry. No, and I know we can get off. We can just do the customer thing. Maybe I can go live tomorrow and talk about the customer thing. But so Macy and Laura. So here's the thing. This is how I also started building my Facebook years ago. Okay. So because Facebook used to be just family and friends for me. And then when I started doing this group, like Instagram, whatever, but I know Macy, especially I'm talking to Macy because she's 25, Laura, I don't know how old you are. I know, Macy, there's a lot of people that you have come in contact with who don't have a Facebook. I think it's very rare, but I'm also turning 40 in February. So I know everyone tells me Macy's married to my nephew, and my nephews tell me all the time how old I am, and Facebook is for old people. But here's the thing. I would venture to say 70% of people on Instagram have a Facebook, even though they may not use Facebook. So here's what you can do. I will make a message, and my promise to you guys, and I am learning not to overpromise and underdeliver. So my promise is by Friday. I am so sorry. It may not happen by tomorrow. Okay. My car got in the shop today, and it was like threw my day off. But I'm going to have a folder that is specifically for the VIP lounge, and it's going to have the flow of scripts. I am going to have an Instagram message where when you're talking to someone or they answer on a poll, you just say, hey, real quick, because I do this all the time. I just added 2 people to the VIP lounge from Instagram tonight. I said, hey, real quick, I know that we're not connected on Facebook, but I do have a VIP lounge on Facebook that will tell you more about people who are in the company, their success, how much money they're making, blah, 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 blah. Maybe it doesn't say that, but I will have a couple examples with the link. So it literally takes them from Instagram. They click on the link and it takes them to our VIP lounge and they can add. But there's no way for us to create a page like this on Instagram, unless you want to, you can create a channel if you have over 10,000 followers, I think, or something crazy. But that is what I'm going to do. Okay. Hopefully, Laura and Macy, that will help you guys.
I love it. I love it. Any other questions about Sip and Socials, right? And guys, and as we're wrapping up, my biggest tip for Sip and Socials is pick a date, commit to it, do it. Don't overthink it. Don't wait around, because if you don't put it on a calendar, time's going to pass. And then you're going to go, holy crap, where did September go? Now I don't have time to plan it. Now I'm going to have to wait till October. Like, in the next 24 hours, this is your challenge. In the next 24 hours, pick a date, lock it in, and let's share it to the team. Where are you? Where's the event going to be? Let's share it. Who's near? Let's make these huge for our teams. So pick a date in September to do at least one, maybe two, okay? Sip and socials. And the second thing is who in here, drop a 1 in the chat, who in here is excited to build the VIP lounge? Let me hear it. Who's going to go on a run with us? 3, 5 invites a day. What are you guys going to go for? Let me know what you're going for every single day to invite on the VIP challenge, because this is where we are going to build.
Oh,
Amy, I see that you're screen sharing. You're sharing
well,
something.
yeah, and then Doc can get off if you want, but I just want to show you guys this. Honestly, and this is what a group that we used to be in. I just want to, so we like, I can't find it. I will take a recording and I will post it, because we grew up from 0 to about 40,000 people, you guys, in less than 4 months. And I will tell you, it worked. It worked. And you just tag people and follow up. It's really tagging people, following up. And I know I hear so many times, people don't watch the recording. I do understand that. But if you follow up the way that I've just said how to follow up, so if you add them in the morning, you're going to reach out that evening. The first follow up is like 12 hours. Okay. So if you add them around that afternoon, you probably won't follow up until the very next morning. So then you follow up 12 to 15 hours the first time. Then you're going to validate why they haven't watched it, because they're going to respond back to you. You're going to say, oh, I get it. You're a mom of 3, life is busy, or I get it. You are running a marathon. I mean, like whatever, validate why, because they're going to give you an excuse, and it's not necessarily an excuse. Okay. So then validate that, and then tell them when you're going to follow up with them again. And you better follow up with them when you tell them that you're going to. So if you know you have a busy night out with girlfriends, don't tell them, oh, I'm going to get back with you tonight. I've made that mistake. It's not good. Don't do that. So say, okay, no worries. I'm going to follow back up with you tomorrow morning. Okay. So, have a great night, whatever. Have a great rest of your day. Then the next morning you follow up with them. They're not going to ignore you. I probably have had 5 to 10 people in the years that I've done this totally be ugly to me and not record or not listen. What I have found, you guys, is that when people commit to saying something that they're going to do it, like when people say I'm going to order, for example, Macy, a guy told Macy in the beginning of August that he was going to order, or beginning of July. He finally ordered, but it was 30 days later. You know what I mean? It was a month later. She followed up with him for a whole month. When people know that they're going to do something, they will say it, but it may not happen right away. So if you go back to your old conversations, you will see that I'm right. People who don't want to order, when they get the information from you, they ghost you. They don't tell you they're going to order. They don't tell you they're going to watch something. But if they know deep down they want to order, they're going to say, I'm going to order, but they may forget about it maybe a couple days later. If they know they're going to take time because they're very interested in watching, they're going to say, I'm going to watch the recording. If they don't want to watch a recording, guess what? When you send that first message, they're not going to join the link. They're not going to click the link, and they're not going to watch it. I promise you. So just know that people are good. People are good, you guys. The majority of the world is good. They are going to tell you something and follow through with what they say. But it's up to us to follow up with them, because people are forgetful. An average mom or an average woman has literally like 50 tabs in her mind open at one time. So she really is not trying to be rude, but life gets in the way. Okay. So that's my takeaway on people.
I love it, guys. I love it. Okay. So Sip and Socials VIP Lounge. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging back for about an hour with us tonight. We had a lot of stuff to talk about for September. It's going to be an incredible month. I cannot wait to celebrate each and every one of you with incredible success. Love you guys. See you around. Bye.